So on ramp 6.10 today, when we have an exponent that is a negative, we're going to move it to the other side of the fraction. So if it's on the top, we're going to move it to the bottom. When it's on the bottom, we're going to move it to the top. And then you just flip it from a negative exponent to a positive exponent. Right in. So in our example, we have 8 squared times x to the negative 4. Do we have a negative exponent?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we have a negative 4 right here. So we are going to, just like the definition says, move it to the bottom of the fraction and change the negative 4 to a positive 4. Trevor, put your mask on. So let's rewrite this. The 8 squared was a positive exponent, so we don't move it at all. We're going to leave it 8 squared as is on top. Do we have a fraction right now?
No.
No, so we have to make our own. So let's make our own fraction. And on the bottom of the fraction, we're moving this x to the negative 4 down, and we're going to write it as x to the positive 4. So if you don't have a fraction, you just make the fraction. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wait, hold on.
Okay. Second example, we have parentheses 0.1 plus 0.1, and we have an exponent of negative 2. So PEMDAS tells us that we need to take care of the parentheses first. So inside our parentheses, what is 0.1 plus 0.1?
0.2.
0.2 to the negative second. And then do we like decimals?
No.
No, how could we write 0.2 as a fraction?
2 over 5.
2 over 5?
10, no, 2 over 10.
2 over 10.
But 1
Okay.
over 5.
Or 1 over 5. Let's do 1 over 5. 1/5. So we have 1/5 in parentheses to the negative 2. Now, just like when we have a number outside of the parentheses, we have to multiply in, we have to distribute in, right? So we are going to distribute this exponent. So this exponent needs to go to the 1, and it needs to go to the 5. So let's rewrite this. We distribute this exponent, so we have 1 over 5 as our fraction, but now we have the exponent on both of them. Okay, we kind of distributed that exponent. What do we notice about these exponents?
They're negative.
They're negative, right? So when we have a negative exponent, what do we have to do?
Put it on the bottom.
Yeah, we flip it, right? So this 1 is going to come down here, and this 5 is going to go up here. We're just going to flip them around. So let's rewrite this. On top, now we have 5 squared, because that negative 2 turns into a positive 2. And on the bottom, we move the 1 to the bottom. So we have 1 squared on the bottom. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Does that make sense? Okay. Last step. What is 5 squared? 25. And what is 1 squared?
2. 1.
1 times 1 is 1, right? So 25 divided by 1 is just 25. Good job.
Thanks.
Questions so far? All right, now we have 3x to the third, y to the fifth, z to the negative 1 in parentheses, and it's all squared. It's all to the second power. So the imaginary exponent on 3 would be 1, right? We don't write that exponent. The 3 and the x are not tied together. They're two different terms, two different numbers.
Is that a Z?
Yep. So 3x cubed, y to the fifth, z to the negative first, and it's all squared. Now, when we have parentheses and an exponent on the outside, what do we have to do?
Multiply in.
Yeah.
Distribute.
Let's multiply in. Let's distribute. So what is 2 times 1? What is 2 times 1?
2.
2. So this is actually 3 squared, or 3 to the second. What is 2 times 3? 6. So this becomes x to the sixth. What's 2 times 5? 10. So we have y to the 10th. And lastly, 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. So we have z to the negative 2. Do we have any funny exponents up there?
Negative 2. Negative 2.
Yeah, we got a negative 2, right? So we need to move this to the bottom of our fraction, and we change the negative 2 to a positive 2. So our answer, 3 squared is what? What is 3
6.
squared?
Or 9.
3 times 3 is 9. X to the 6th, y to the 10th. And then we have to make our own fraction and move the z to the bottom. So on the bottom, we have z to the positive 2, or z squared. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Does that make sense? Good deal.
Oh,
Just one more.
oh yeah.
A little subtraction.
Wait, is that, oh, Z.
Yep. Last example, we have 3a plus b, and that's in parentheses. Minus 3 times, parentheses, 2a minus b. So we got a little bit of everything right here. Now, when we have a number outside of parentheses, again, what do? Distribute in, right? So let's just rewrite the first term because there's nothing to distribute from the outside. So we have 3a plus b. We just drop the parentheses because we're going to combine our like terms later. And now we're going to distribute this negative 3. And it's the whole thing. We have to include that sign in front of it. So when we distribute, when we multiply in, what's a negative times a positive? A negative. What's 3 times 2? And then we just tack on that a to the end, right? So it's negative 6a. And the last part, what's a negative times a negative? Positive. 3 times b
3B.
is 3b. Are we done yet?
No, never mind.
What do we got to do?
Combine my.
Yeah, let's combine some like terms. So we have a 3a and a minus 6a. So what is 3 minus 6? Negative 3, so negative 3a. And then we have b plus 3b. That's like 1b plus 3b gives us 4b. Capiche? What questions do you have?
Oh, that's the answer.
That's the answer, yeah. Once you combine your like terms, you are good to go.
I have a question.